I think it's important to understand up front that there are a variety of what we call cardholder verification methods that are supported on chip technology. So signature is one of them, and then with respect to PIN, there are at least two types of PIN, online PIN and offline PIN. And in fact, within offline PIN itself, you get what is known as offline cleartext PIN as well as offline enciphered PIN. So it's also important to understand that these cardholder verification methods are not mutually exclusive. In other words, what happens is that an issuer typically chooses the card to prefer one method over the other. So you may end up with a card that prefers to do signature, but at the same time is capable of doing PIN. In addition, when you decide to do PIN, you should consider where the card is going to be used. So for example, offline PIN is available in Europe at the point of sale, whereas online PIN isn't. I think the most important thing, however, with respect to your cardholder verification method is whether you can support it or not. And offline PIN can bring a lot of complexity into play, both in terms of managing the PIN as well as in terms of keeping it in sync with the online PIN, because if the two get out of sync, you have some fairly significant problems. So before you make a choice, make sure that you're able of supporting that choice and make sure that moving forward, you're able to support your choice. EMV chip was designed to mitigate fraud. And when looking at my previous question, you need to understand the environment in which you're operating. So if you go back to the history of chip, at the time, as you point out, telecommunications in Europe were slow and expensive, and therefore it was necessary to design a chip that was offline, or was capable of transacting offline. But more recently, more and more transactions, even in Europe, are being authorized online. In fact, it's down from 30% to probably fewer than 7% of transactions that are authorized offline. In a country that is always online, such as the US, it may not be necessary to support offline authentication at all. And the reason why you might not want to do this is it can save you a lot in terms of cost and complexity for your chip program. The short answer to that is both. The reason for that is if you look at where the rest of the world is today, there's a massive investment in contact chip, and this investment's not going to go away. Therefore, if you have cardholders that will travel, it's very likely that you'll need to support a contact chip for those cardholders. On the other hand, cardholders coming in from outside of the US, more recently Canada and Brazil, Mexico, for example, will want to use their contact chip cards here in the US. However, contactless offers a lot of opportunity for new form factors, for example, mobile. And so you may want to consider either a mobile application together with a contact chip and magstripe, or even a dual interface chip.